set.
I'll do that in your chair. Your camera's working at least, right? Yeah.
The other one is
Somewhat sure.
Bobby, let us know when you're
Okay. You're on.
ready. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Good evening. Welcome everyone to the Selectmen's meeting of June 20th, 2013. I'm going to open that meeting and I will take a motion to sign the minutes.
Second.
All in favor? Has everyone had a chance to read the minutes of June 6th and June 14th? So I'll take a motion to approve those minutes. June 6th.
Second.
In favor? And a motion to approve the minutes of June 14th.
Make the motion to approve the minutes of June 14th.
Have a second.
Second.
All in favor?
I was just gonna provide information that June 6th was the regularly scheduled selectmen's meeting, and June 14th was the selectmen's meeting that was used to sign the warrant for the school, and was also used to for sewer.
So we've had a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the minutes of June 14th? Okay, under old business, we have a marathon update.
Well, on my way into town, I saw a runner I didn't recognize, so we're starting to get here.
I saw a car today with a license plate that said, "We run."
So for the most part, everyone is being very accommodating, supportive. Number of volunteers and runners is just overwhelming. We're ready for 800 plus runners for the marathon and 10K. Plus however many people show up for the fun run. You guys want to come down and run around town? 8 a.m. down at Coville's. Even have breakfast for you. Tents are going up Saturday. So some areas will start being restricted then. Some parking behind the library. It's where the medical tent will go. If people who live on the course would like to bring a hose out, some runners like to have a little squirt of water when they run down, especially in the warmer temperatures. Just ask before you spray them. Make some signs. I know Bunky's got a nice sign up. I've got the stuff to make a sign, but so the bridge will be cleared. They haven't started. They'll be cleared by this weekend so that both lanes will be back open. There's been a lot of talk about parking. We have people to help out to direct people where to park. We have lots of trash cans that'll be up around town. There's 6 porta potties that'll be up downtown and at the start. And I saw a picture that the porta potties for Campobello came in via ferry, so we have that. So people will be out and about. If anybody has any questions, let anybody know that they're working on it. And just welcome the runners and everybody with them. And don't expect to get anywhere this weekend like you normally would, but plan ahead.
I think one thing I'd like to add is parking in Lubec will be at a premium, and especially parking alongside the road. So, I mean, people who normally may park an excess vehicle or something on the side of the road, you know, we would ask that keep the vehicles on your property. Some of these roads, they're going to be emergency lanes. Some of these roads are only going to be one lane, and you know, we need everybody to pull together. But I think it's going to be an exciting week.
I know the Christian Temple is going to have a church service Saturday.
Right.
So that'll be hot.
Yeah, and I think that's great. I mean, I think you see this community going above and beyond, and you know, a number of groups, whether it's accommodating their schedules, they're really working around this way. So I think it's going to be good.
Come down, watch the runners. Big street fair. Just don't get in the road because I'll tell you to get up the way.
Squares with a hose.
I won't have a hose, but go home and make some signs and get ready for them all. Right back.
Sorry, my pump funky over there.
Oh,
You give me
yeah.
one of them 5-gallon pump.
That might help them get on their way a little quicker.
Mike, come look at the picture.
You got a picture?
Oh, it's showing that sign up there.
So, no,
I don't think so. I think technology let us down this time, Bobby.
no.
It's that temptation that shows you a little bit and you think you got it and then
Good.
it's gone. Thank you.
Okay, update on commercial pier.
I went down and had a conversation with Gerald Morrison. He brought it to my attention that while he was working on the pier prior, he found some additional work that needed to be done. In addition to the additional work, he found some more. You got a couple of pictures here. These are some upper whalers that he's recommending we look at replacing. Initially, he said the additional work, he said, would probably cost around $3,000, and it's just an estimate. He's saying that probably this work would probably be an additional ballpark of $3,000. And again, I told him, don't, you know, we're not going to hold you to it, but Randy and I, we've talked a little bit about can we put some money in this year's budget versus next year's budget and kind of break it up a little bit. And Randy's kind of telling me that no, he's going to be pretty tight going into the end of the year. But this is a good time to get this work done. He still reiterated that structurally the pier is solid.
This facility is 28 years old. And there has been some patch repairs performed in the past, but this is the first large-scale repair of a majority of the fender pilings and the whalers that they're attached to. There's really no way around it in doing half of the job. So,
It really has held up remarkably well.
Yeah, that's a long time for a lot of years.
You know, we're fortunate, however, it's time.
And I think the key too is making sure that it's safe.
Right.
I mean, it does get used a lot, and you know, when the boats are pulling up against it, I mean, it's commercial. I mean, these boats are heavy. Fishermen are climbing up and down, they're walking on it. So it needs to be a stable, sturdy pier. And, you know,
That's an extreme amount of use too, John, because for the simple reason, there was some high fluctuations, you know, as far as some fishing goes. They had boom times with even mussels, right? And there was a lot of boats coming in with big mussels. They've been working a lot.
Yes, it has. And the weather, I mean, the tides, the weather.
Jerry did tell me too that he is in contact with Dockworks, the company that got the bid for the gangway in, and they have talked about using his crane to help them install it. So I mean, that part of the project is being coordinated. And I think Jerry, Mike can attest to, he's really open-minded. He wants to work with Lubec. I think he's going to do a good job for us.
I would would just like to finish that up by saying that whereas some people didn't think any progress was occurring, what you may not have been able to see is they were pre-assembling the whaler beams on the commercial pier. And then at the time, because this week they're going to have some very low draining tides which are essential for the installation of those lower whalers on the pier. So they've been prepping for that. So maybe you didn't see work occurring that looked like it was repair work, but it was actually preparation to that. And they need the tides in their favor, and fortunately this week, those low draining tides will provide the opportunity to get those on.
I think, this is gonna be a good project. I'm excited, about getting the gangway back in place, getting the float back in place, and, we're back up and running.
Is there an update on the schedule?
He's giving me some ballparks, but I mean, as he finds stuff, those days change. I mean, I hate to say it's gonna be this day, and then something come up and have it not be.
Well, conversation that John and I had with Jerry changed his original plan and will now concentrate on the side of the pier that the float was secured to. So we may still see our time frame for that going in, and therefore the gangway down to it, because what you may not be aware of is the fact that the harbor board had a meeting this morning, and that was all the talk about the ferry and who's going to tie up where and what's going to be a spot to tie up to. And we need to, and I will stress it again, if we all cooperate, we will get through this season. This is going to be the uncomfortable season. It can be only made worse if we don't cooperate with each other. Next year things will get a lot better, but the test is going to be, can we get through this season? So everybody's doing their part. Jerry kind of juggled what he was going to do, understanding that the need is to get another dockage area. Whether it is totally suitable for the ferry or not, we're pushing forward with that to make something more available.
Well, I know fishermen have been questioning me, well, what's their work schedule, because when they come down on a good day and are only there an hour,
I
they
guess,
want
Well,
access to the commercial pier.
well, then steer them to this office, and they're always welcome to attend a harbor board meeting.
I attended the harbor board meeting this morning.
Thank
It was a very productive meeting. There was a lot of cooperation between the ferry boat operator and tour boat operator, the harbor board. I was really, really impressed with everybody's attitude and everybody's willingness to work together. Good. So I think they've kind of given a tentative 3-week schedule, and they're not saying, that's cast in stone, because they can't say that.
Right.
But I will say that sometimes when you don't see them actually working, they are doing things such as putting stuff together so they'll be ready, when the low tides come. So if people question, please ask them to contact the harbor board, or, it's okay. But I can see why they have concerns, because they're getting ready to put their cushion into the fishing.
Right.
It was my first harbor board meeting.
If you really liked, if you thought that was good, come to a shellfish committee.
Oh, I have been to those, sir. Thank you very much. Those are much noisier. Livelier. Okay, new business.
New business. I'd like to welcome the director for Downey CMS, Steve Walsh. Come on up. Basically, I talked to Steve about coming in, giving us an update on the ambulance. Letting him explain some of the operations, give us maybe some information there that we don't know.
Very good. Thank you very much. I love attending these things. I do like speaking publicly also. Most of you don't know that, but I did it at